This year is just really clicking on by. It's hard to believe it's dang near Christmas or Thanksgiving, I guess. Thanksgiving seems to get forgotten anymore. We're already setting up Christmas trees. Got a wreath order for Monday morning I gotta get completed. But I've got a sort of a pressing issue that I need to get taken care of here. So we've been blessed with a very mild, warm fall, and it is just now started to feel like fall. And I'm thankful for that because I really don't like cold weather, and my strawberries needed some extra growing. But now that it has turned off cold, we got some real cold weather in the coming days, and I think we're going to get down below freezing just about every night for a while. I need to get some covers on these strawberries. We got brand new row covers that we bought that'll fit this field perfect. But here's the deal. So the strawberries have been really going strong, but so has this cover crop. And I normally don't kill a cover crop until about February or March, but when you cover up the field, put the row covers on, not only will it push your strawberries, but it'll make this cover crop explode. And if we put covers on here right now, the way everything looks, you leave that on there for a month, you'll come back, you won't be able to see no black plastic. The cover crop will just take off that much, and that will really hinder, stunt, possibly completely choke out the strawberries, even though the cover crop is not growing right beside them. So I'm going to try to get this cover crop killed so that we can cover up these strawberries. But the wind has just kicked up. It was pretty calm this morning, and I got everything hooked up and ready to go, and now the wind's honking. And I usually spray herbicide on my strawberries. You're probably not supposed to, not recommended, but I usually spray my strawberries with herbicide with the air blast sprayer because it just works really good. I've never had any issues out of doing it that way, and I'm sure I'll get some people telling me that I can't do that, but I've been doing it for years and it works pretty good. These are the Fronteras that we started from tips. We grew plugs, and you can see the weather's been so mild this fall. These babies are already trying to bloom. It's not ideal, but it's not the end of the world either. But I am tickled to death. You can look right here. This particular plant has got 3 crowns on it. This one has got at least 2, maybe 3. So real pleased about that. But you see what I'm talking about here, even with no row covers on, the cover crop is starting to reach out over the strawberry plants some. And I've had that problem before where I didn't get it sprayed early enough in the spring, and it really stunted some of the plants that had the grass laying over on top of them. So I guess I'm gonna get back over here and get to making some wreaths because I've got a wholesale order coming due, and we will get back to this after a while. It may be pushing dark by the time the wind dies, but we'll get it at some point here, and I'll tell you what I'm gonna spray and how I'm gonna spray. So this right here is what I like to spray. There's a whole host of things you can use. Some people like Post. Some people spray Tap Out. There's Select Max. I think several of them have the same active ingredients. I've always sprayed Volunteer. I don't know, that's just what I started with, and it's always worked well, so that's what I use. and I can't speak for other herbicides. I'm not sure. A lot of herbicides will just give you a flat rate, but Volunteer actually has a label for strawberries, and it gives you a specific rate per acre for strawberries, and that is 6 to 8 ounces is what it recommends for strawberries. It gives you a crop oil option. I've never liked using crop oil when I'm spraying a sensitive crop, because crop oil seems like it heats herbicide up so much. I don't want to take a chance of burning my strawberries. So I usually just use regular old surfactant. But what I'm gonna do, since I don't really care if I kill my grass or not, I'm gonna spray a little bit better than a half a rate, probably 4 or 5 ounces to the acre. I'm really just trying to stun it, burn the grass a little bit, not kill it, but hurt it. So that's my objective. And when the wind lays here in a little bit, we'll get some mixed up and get on with it. Well, it took all day, but the wind finally laid, and getting ready to go get these berries sprayed. Just getting some Volunteer and surfactant mixed up here. I have got my sprayer calibrated to where it takes 1 tank to spray an acre. It is a 55-gallon tank, and it works pretty good for most of our stuff. It's kind of aggravating and time consuming when it comes to something like pumpkins, where we've got a fair amount of acres of, but for most of our things this really works out perfect. I've considered rebuilding it and putting 2 tanks on it and having like a 400-gallon tank, which I've got one, and then having this 50. So if I need to go spray my tomatoes, I've got a little tank, because if you've done much spraying, you know it's kind of aggravating when you get down to the last 20 gallons in a 400-gallon tank or whatever, because you can't hardly get it all sprayed out. With this 50-gallon tank, you can spray it down to the last drop. And for most of our things where I grow, I don't hardly grow but maybe a little bit more than 1 acre per planting on most of our stuff. This works out ideal, and it actually works pretty good. I used this sprayer for spraying our mums this year, and don't take a lot of spray to spray a couple thousand mums, because that's not a lot of ground space. But you can put 10 gallons of water in here, mix up some spray, go spray them, and it would spray every bit of it out.